The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
I'm amazed that I have as much power as I do.
Hello, welcome to the Great Disruptor podcast. This is the ever prestigious episode 9. That means the last episode before we hit double digits. Consistency is key, right? Key to improvement, key to growth. Here we are knocking on the door of the great and powerful number 10. The focus point has been do something a little better every time, every episode. And I know I can see for myself that we're doing that. Boom. Today's guest, musician, educator, UB grad, dad, not mine, someone else's. Mine might raise a couple questions, a couple eyebrows. Although I feel like he'd make a cool dad, you know. If the Bills are a mafia, then this guy's a Don. This guy's a made man. We'll get into all this. Ladies and gentlemen, Don Brown in the building.
What's good?
What's good, brother?
I'm so glad to be here, man.
Oh, man, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing great, man. That's good. We love to hear that. Thank you for coming through.
You already know. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Appreciate you, brother. First things first, we got to start here. I'm reading your YouTube bio today. It says you're an English guitarist who has worked with Duran, Elton John, Lionel Richie, Justin Timberlake, and Liam Gallagher. So hold up. We need to pause right here. Dive into that, man. I need you to explain all that to me.
I will explain that.
Okay.
Also, I did not know that said that. But so there is another Don Brown.
Okay.
He was a guitarist for Duran.
Oh, so wait, was this like an AI maybe generated by?
So I put my music out through DistroKid. I used to put it out through CD Baby. So like CD Baby didn't really have like the tech where like it was like splitting the two up.
Yeah.
So sometimes it gets mixed up. So sometimes you can Google it and it say like
I see.
It's him and sometimes it's me. But
I was like,
that's
English
crazy that it's under my
player.
YouTube. Wow.
Yeah, man. I thought when it said English guitar player, I thought you were like low key, like dressed as Austin Powers, shredding. Like it's a bloody good riff.
I can't do it. I wish.
It's funny you say you jumped from CD Baby to DistroKid. I did that same exact transition. So started on CD Baby in 2013, and then just like this time last year also jumped to DistroKid. I didn't want to, but CD Baby was like pressing me on like unnecessary shit. Like I was trying to get music out and they were like pushing back. Like, do you have the rights to this and that?
God,
and
everything.
But I was also providing it, and it's like they were. I don't know. It kind of felt like
the cover art. I remember, it was like the most extensive things. If it didn't say the exact same thing as your title, it was gonna spit back. Yeah.
So I dealt with some resistance from them, and it's like, like obviously I'm trying to grow, and I feel like I was, but I feel like they were pushing back, and it's like So I took those projects. There's 2 of them, and they pushed back on both. Well, one was like I was actively trying to upload it. And then one was like 2 years old. And then all of a sudden they were like, oh, you got a copyright strike on this. And can you please provide the documentation? I'm like, spend my money. Like, here's the beat license. Here's the feature license. Like, you win. And, this isn't adequate. We need this and that. So I was like, you know what? Take it down. Yeah. I'll just move it over here and give them the money.
Yeah, and it was easy.
It was up within
quick.
It was up within like 30 minutes.
Yep.
So, I made that same move. And, that's that behind the scenes stuff that, we deal with. It's like, you spend all this time making the music and you're finally excited to get it out. And then they want to be the wall that stops you. It's like, nah, I'm all set on that.
Yeah, I hate that.
You like DistroKid?
So I think it's okay.
Same, yeah.
I recently was listening to a podcast and someone was talking about, I think it was Steve Stout, maybe he was talking about United Masters. Okay. And it sounded interesting. So I'm thinking about like, looking at that. I don't want to say I'm gonna switch yet, but DistroKid's it treats me well. Yeah. I mean, CD Baby still like generates. I just don't think it's really user friendly anymore.
Yeah, I would prefer to be on CD Baby because CD Baby you pay for it once, done deal. DistroKid's got the recurring yearly payment.
Your music is at risk of being deleted.
Yeah, I know somebody whose whole catalog got wiped.
God,
a lifetime of work.
Oh my God!
Come on, like I'm not trying. I mean, I guess if you're like releasing music like all year, I mean, I guess it would make sense. But if you're like, two projects a year, a few songs a year. Like, yeah, I don't want to pay for this. You can pay the one-time fee,
$100 to keep it forever, but it's like, not right now.
Yeah. So we found that there's 2 Don Browns. You are not the English guitar player. You're not Jimmy Page. You're not
I've messaged him before. And said I'm the real Don Brown.
yeah. All right then. We got it figured out. All right. So speaking of YouTube, I can see that you have enough subscribers. You're at like 1 point something thousand. So that checks one box. But you got to check 2 of 3 options, right? So you got 1 of the 3 checked, but now you need either the views or the watch time to get monetized. If you're not already monetized,
no, I'm not.
You track is that on your radar? Are you tracking towards that?
I don't track YouTube stuff at all. Yeah. I track more Apple Music, Amazon, and Spotify.
Got you. Yeah. So
because I only have like those songs that's up there. Yeah. It's on streaming services, but I only have 2 music videos. So maybe if I start releasing more music videos, which I do plan to, so that'll be something that, because everything that's all from like the Rockin' with the Bills video.
The numbers were crazy. But yeah, man, for me, I was very much in that space. I was like Spotify and Apple focused, like really Spotify. But then, Spotify in that same kind of window CD Baby is in, kind of did some stuff that irritated me. Went back and forth with customer service, did not like it. So, and not to mention just like, it's definitely where it's at. Like it's the alpha platform right now for streaming.
Yeah, that's when most users are. That's where the most streams come from.
Right. But yeah, I mean, with having started this, like I'm for the first time in my life, like the last 3 months, I'm very YouTube focused. And from the metrics I can see, like YouTube pays the best. I mean, none of them pay you like, I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're Mr. Beast, you're good and fine, but but I think like YouTube seems to offer the best payment plan for like, you don't need to be a Mr. Beast to make some additional income. But yeah, for me, probably
you're gonna get there.
Yeah, I think so too. And for me, it's number one goal right now. Did some math Tuesday night. Like I sit down with my stuff, like I'm very analytical, and I sit down with my stuff like at least once a quarter. I try to make a point of like, where are we at versus where are we now? What's trending up? What's trending down? What makes sense? And man, I think if I keep the same pace, the same release rate, the same numbers, growing at the rate they're growing, 1 year for me, I can be monetized if we continue putting pods out, continue doing these numbers, growing at the rate we're growing. 1 year for me, and I think that's a worthwhile investment.
It's definitely gonna happen, and you gotta have the people that's on your pod to share your stuff too.
Right, bingo. That's it. And I think like the guests continue to garner more attention.
Make sure you're liking every one of your posts, like no matter what. Like that matters, and like I'm just learning that now.
Yeah,
I'm very much just a scroller.
They want to see that people are interacting with you. Yeah, they want to see
and you're interacting back with them.
Yeah.
Like there's people like, why aren't you? And I'm like, because I'm tired, man.
There's so many tricks to learn, but like I mentioned in the intro, like getting better every episode is very much the goal, and it could be something like from the tech side, like something like sound, but also like the thumbnail. Like I heard Mr. B say this, and because I'm very much like a student of the game when it comes to all these things, and it's like the ride to and from work. Like I'm listening to like how to grow your YouTube. You know what I mean? And he made a great point. He's like, you can have a multi-million-dollar production, but if the thumbnail doesn't get someone to click, then that doesn't matter, right? So yeah, man, just learning as we go here, but I think I'm really enjoying it, which is huge, and it's put like a dilemma, not really a dilemma, like it's a good problem to have, but it's very much like, for me, like all my metrics are on like, the pod is where it's at for me. Like that's performing better than my music for the most part has ever done. So it's like probably makes sense, to reshift my focus,
I mean, or use it.
Yeah.
You can use it. Don't completely shift the focus.
Yeah, they can walk hand in hand, right? Like, and I think having a music background gives me the credentials, I think, where people will like respect like where I'm coming from when I talk music, because I have done it. But it's a weird place of like, which is it, A or B? Like what's my identity? Which lane am I in? But yeah, it's a cool space to be in. And
I mean, I definitely, we were talking off, like I was thinking about doing something with my daughter.
Yeah.
And I mean, I fully expected to do better than my music.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I just feel like visuals.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, people like visuals with
100%.
With the audio.
That's where the world's at, because you make a 60, 70 minute pod. That's a 60, 70 minute piece of content. YouTube wants you to keep people on their app. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like with a music video, I can keep them there for 3-4 minutes.
That's why they have runtime as a stat.
Yeah, but if I can keep somebody on their platform for 60 minutes, they want to reward that. And not only that, but you can recycle it. So then you get a clip off it, you get some shorts off it, and you change them. Some on Facebook, some on Instagram,
put
some
a caption
on TikTok.
over it.
Right. Yeah, you can go all over the place.
Maybe a little misleading.
Yeah, little clickbait.
What did he say about?
Right. But yeah, man, that's so yeah, man. But at the end of the day, like my barber, it's funny, man, because I sat down with my barber like 3-4 months ago, and I told him like I want to start a podcast. Yeah. He was like, do it, and like I didn't have nothing at the time, so then I sat down from him yesterday, and he had it on in the shop, and it's like
fire.
Yeah, and
full circle.
Yeah, but and then he asked me like the $1 million question. He's like, "What are you enjoying more?" And I was like, "I'm enjoying podcasting more than I ever enjoyed like really anything that's been like a hobby for me." It's like it just brings people that I haven't, like someone like you. Like I wouldn't be sitting with you right now if it wasn't for me starting this show. And like people that have been on here, there's been people that I haven't seen in like 20 years. You know what I mean? And they're pulling up and reaching out to artists that I've liked their music but never talked to them. Like, yo, I like what you're doing. You want to come through? So I feel like it just opens a lot of doors for conversation and new connections.
Yeah, and we're gonna keep in contact. We're gonna be sharing everything. Like, gonna be supporting this.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. You already do that, and I try to do that back. And I think,
you.
Yeah, man, there's a weird energy for people that don't want to like share the love. Like, there's enough room for everybody. You know,
that's true.
Like,
that's true.
and I don't think the universe rewards like this stingy attitude of like, oh, I want to make it, so I don't want that person to make it because they're doing the same thing as me. It's like, in what world? Like, do you want to be the only?
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
So I think that you kind of look at it from a perspective of like we're all on the same team.
Yeah.
But some people look at it from like it's competition. We're opposite teams.
And and that part is fine. But it's like I can still, I could still respect that you're a good artist. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
But like I think like a lot of like any artsy thing, like people, that's how it is.
Yeah, especially
in the arts world.
I think hip hop more than any other art per se is just kind of dog eat dog.
You go to like all the percussionists and all the like pop singers and
shit.
Yeah, they all have like meetups.
Yeah,
they all have meetups and songwriting sessions and stuff.
Yeah,
and
2 violin players beefing over who's nicer on the strings.
It's not happening.
Right. It doesn't really happen in any other art form.
It's
but
it's like more of a sport, I guess.
Right.
Just thinking when I'm spitting bars, I was thinking crossing somebody over. Honestly,
right.
Honestly.
Yeah, 100%, bro. But yeah, man, one trick we can use to speed up that year I mentioned that I'm on pace for is if you subscribe to the channel right now. If you haven't, please and thank you. So here with Don Brown, I know you best. I think the general audience probably knows you best for your Buffalo Bills anthem rap songs. Tell me, how'd you get into this space? How'd you land there?
So, I've been doing music since I'm 34, since I was 17. But I moved to Buffalo.
Half a lifetime.
Yeah, half my life. So, dang. Oh, my God. Dang. So, I moved to Buffalo in 2011. Wasn't really doing music like that, but I was like still sharing it with close friends. Right. So, I was bouncing, gave it to a DJ. Like, I think DJ Anthony walked in, heard my song, and was like, "Oh, this you?" He was like, "Yo, do a Bill song." Yeah. But he originally wanted me to do like Andre Reed, like Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith.
Okay. Like legends in Buffalo.
Yeah, and I just didn't feel like I didn't have an attachment to the Bills like that. Mm-hmm. Like at that time. Like I was new to Buffalo.
Where'd you come here from?
Rochester.
Oh, okay.
And like my dad's Steelers fan. My mom was a Tom Brady fan.
Yeah.
My brother was like a Giants fan. So like,
you guys are all over.
And
the
I was
place.
a Deion Sanders fan. So like wherever he was, and the last team he was at the Ravens. So before I moved to Buffalo, like I was like, you know, these Bills, the Bills are trash.
Yeah, at the time, yeah, hell yeah.
Bills are trash.
One of the worst teams in the league at the time.
Yeah, I think I was like here for a couple years watching the game. We were up 20 something, and then lost, and like I was heartbroken, and I was like, whoa, like I think I love them. Yeah. So like ever since then, like
that hit home, huh?
Yeah, so this is when I was bouncing though. That was around like 2017, 2018. But I think at this time, I did have a song called Tyrod that people don't really know about because people didn't like Tyrod Taylor like that. But then I had made Buffalo Bills Anthem. That was my first one.
Yeah.
The first official Buffalo anthem that I did.
Yeah. Was it like, I mean, it's supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Like, I don't know, there's a bigger media market, more of an itch to scratch in Buffalo than the Bills, right?
Yeah.
Bills Mafia, that's just good strategy, good marketing. But did it come from a place of like, this is where there's going to be an audience, or did it come from a place of just, I'm passionate about this, so I'm going to rap about this?
So,
or a little bit of both?
So this was, I believe, Josh Allen's second year. I think that he might have been on the team.
Sure.
And so I was passionate about the team already.
Yeah.
Because like I was like, you know, I had liked the team with Tyrod was like on there. So
yeah.
So when I first made it, it came from, I guess I'm way more passionate about it now. But when I first made it, it came from what's gonna sound good.
Yeah.
DJ Anthony wants this, so it is possibly gonna be played on Kiss, which it was.
That's phenomenal.
So it was let me make an anthem for Bills fans.
Yeah.
And Bills Mafia, like that whole thing was like pretty new at the time.
Yeah.
It was only like a couple years in.
Okay.
So like I think that like the love that got like boosted the passion for the anthems for sure.
Yeah. You're like, there's a response here.
Yeah, I mean, he played it on Kiss though, so like that was like an alley-oop. That was like an alley-oop. Yeah.
I don't think he's there anymore.
No, he hasn't been since like 2020.
Bro, that was the voice of my childhood, man.
Yo, yeah, people were upset about that.
He'd do the Friday impressions or like on all the countdowns. Like, yeah, man, that like genuinely, man, like the Kiss 10 at 10. When FM radio was the thing, like that was my joy, man.
Shout out to DJ Anthony.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to DJ Anthony, man. Put your record on, and yeah, man,
you.
that's the voice of my childhood as far as radio goes, and yeah, it's wild, man.
Yes, I mean, so that was the first one, and then the second one was Buffalo. It's the Mafia, which he also played on the radio, and he definitely had got a call and was like, "You playing this too much."
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a great problem to have.
I don't know who like anybody get me up on here lying.
Yeah,
but I know he definitely got a call like, "You playing this too much." So I'll be like, "Yo, shout out to him," because he was playing that song like twice an hour on like pregame nights, and like I was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
What year was this? Like what?
So this had to be 2018 and then 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, 2018 and then 2019.
Nice, man.
So 2017, 2018 season, and then 2018, 2019.
Yeah. I mean, people were obviously listening and liking it if he continued to spin it, right?
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, like, at that point, like, I'm like, yo, like.
Were you seeing the trickle-down effect? Like, people were finding you because he was spinning that?
Yo, no.
Okay.
Yeah, so like no one knew me still.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
was he like saying? Was he saying who it was?
Yeah, he was like, "This is Don Brown." Like, yo, he was saying my name like I was like the man. He's like,
God bless
Don Brown.
Yeah, God bless him.
So, but like, I just feel like my social presence really wasn't like music.
Yeah.
It was like. I was bouncing downtown at the clubs. So like it wasn't really that. It was still just like But I mean, I think once like I was on the news and stuff, it started like people didn't start to see my face.
And then it also comes down to like an awareness of like how to work your social media, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes trial and error. It takes like what posts work, what posts don't. And yeah, man, it's like we live in a time for better or worse, where it's like your social media presence is almost, unfortunately, more important than the music is.
That's true. And honestly, to be completely honest, I wasn't doing it because I always viewed it as like trying hard, and it seemed corny. So like I was pretty much always that person that was like, I posted it once, like they gonna see it. Like, but like now I'm definitely like, I'll flood the timeline. I don't do it all the time,
well
but like
there now,
but like there'll be like a day where I'm feeling good, like I'm about to flood the timeline today because I know I see what that does, like trickle down like for the next week or two, like then your stuff starts coming on the For You page.
I see an immediate response when I look at the analytics from my clicks for watching this show. It's Facebook and IG, so it's me putting it there, them trickling in and funneling them to YouTube. So yeah, I mean, it absolutely has an effect. But yeah, I was very much in the same boat as you, where I was like, I mean, I still don't have a TikTok and probably should. But I mean,
I'm on there.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I got 1,000 followers too. It took
there
me.
You go.
It took me like maybe like a year.
Yeah,
almost. And so I'll go live and like
people sleep on how impactful, like even 100 people. Like you figure put 100 people in a room. That's a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, Yeah,
and
100 people listening, like you don't that multiplies so much. They're gonna go and tell somebody.
If you could sell something, for $10-$20 to 100 people,
that's a rack.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So I mean, it's I mean, I think social media has become so fugazi that there's so many people with artificial everything that it's like. You see somebody that's in that space, it's like 1,000 followers. Yeah. It's like you could tour other cities on the back of that. That's how big that is. So yeah, I mean it's important for the perspective, right? Like the perspective is so important. And I think what I learned with social media, it's like I don't need to conform. Like I don't need to dance because that's what the cliche or that's what the stereotype is for that. It's like I can still have my branding. Like sure you tweak things to fit platforms, but it's like, I don't gotta like sell out, so to speak, to use this, right?
Yeah, never.
Yeah. So I think just figuring out what your image, your identity, your brand and just building that. And and that's how you figure out what works and what doesn't is, like you can't like I put something else. I post something and it flops. It's like, oh, okay, so people don't want that. Like you know what I mean? It's what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's how I am. Like I mean, I would say like for music being like like something that's like not like it hasn't always been like the primary thing. Like my stream's been doing pretty well, but I know that my Bill stuff do way better than my regular songs.
Right.
And I often realize like when I rap. When I rap, it does better than like my melodic stuff. Sure. But I also have like a cult of people who love that stuff. So I always see the reflection in the and that's why I dropped a few albums.
And that's why you need content to gauge where they're at, like who's listening and how many of each and
where at.
Right, exactly, man. So it looks like this lane you're in has brought you to some cool places. I seen you announce 10/14 at MetLife Stadium, the New Jersey Jets. Let's get real. I seen a WrestleMania at that stadium probably like 10 years ago. But I can see you do a lot of tailgates, a lot of pep rallies. What are these opportunities like that? Because these are unique to that space you're in. So that doing what you're doing has brought you there where other people aren't at. So I guess just overall, like what has that experience been like? What are some of these cool opportunities that have been presented on the back of that?
So I mean, first and foremost, like I'm lucky to like have these opportunities for sure. They're great. Like going to another city's like Bills bar.
Yeah,
like, I've been to Raleigh twice. Cleveland, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Going to New York City. I went to New York City last year. Going to New York City again this year.
Yeah.
I'm working on Calgary right now.
That's fire.
Like so
international Dom.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. Like the Buffalo people love the Buffalo Bills, and like and that also comes with like people loving like my first anthem for sure. I mean, I got a bunch of them, but people always gravitate towards like the Buffalo Bills anthem. Like when people hear that, like, oh, the person that sings that song is coming to the bar, like like people pack it out and like
right on.
It's always a great show.
Yeah.
Like it always leads me wanting to travel more, honestly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Is it when they come to see you perform, is it very much like the Bills tailgate energy, like a bunch of drunk folk being loud, or do you get like some hip hop heads mixed in there?
It's so I would say it's 50-50. So
yeah,
no,
that's a good crowd.
So no, 50-50 in the depending on where where it's at. So
yeah, sure.
I would say some places very much like older, like people who probably would not listen to rap.
Right.
But bobbing their heads.
Yeah.
Which like I love that more than the person that's like, yo, dude, I love your music.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that very much so. But like I'm always looking around the room to see if I can convert somebody. And I always like if like I said, it's always an alley-oop with the Buffalo Bills. So if it's Buffalo Bills related and they hear like Josh Allen, they're gonna be like, "Oh,
got him."
Yeah,
gotcha. What's of those, or not even limited to that, just across your lifetime? What's the coolest or your favorite show you played?
Ooh, I would say probably Nelly, Canal Side, 2019.
Fire. Yeah. I imagine that was like, correct me if I'm wrong.
10,000 people.
Yeah, but I'll also say it's probably like a female-oriented concert, or am I off on that? Yeah, I think that's what he would bring out. That's a good audience.
Yes, and I definitely made sure I did a lot of like melodic stuff that day, which like clubby stuff.
Was Nelly the original Drake? Or are we not giving him, because he was melodic, right?
I mean,
and he did those crossover joints.
Drake
a lot of those.
Drake is my favorite artist.
Yeah,
and him and Wayne 1A 1B for me. Okay. But Nelly was my favorite artist at a point.
Yeah.
So
Nelly had a year or two where he was the guy.
He was him.
Yeah, right.
He was him.
The Country Grammar album, that was his year, and then, probably.
Like Batter Up and like with he had the Saint Lunatics.
Yep.
Murphy Lee was
did
fire.
Everything. Yeah.
Murphy Lee was my guy.
Crossed over into pop, checked all those boxes.
I would
number
say
ones.
Even before Nelly though, like LL was like was out
Ladies
there.
love Cool J.
Yeah. But that's funny, man. But the Nelly show was dope. I mean, Rick Ross was cool. Those are my biggest shows.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. That's a fucking crazy 1-2 punch that played with them. Yeah,
like Grammy nominated, Grammy winner.
That's one of a kind. There's probably no other Buffalo artist with that same resume. They could say, Nelly and Rick Ross, and you're talking a pop, like probably majorly female audience, to the total other side, where like a bar lyric oriented Rick Ross. So yeah,
and to preface it with this, like it was basically the first big show after the after like things started opening up. Mm-hmm. So it was August 2021. So basically like things started opening up. Yeah. And weed was legal. Yeah. So like it was
celebrating.
It was just like a smoke fest in there.
Yeah.
That's
so phenomenal.
Like, it was like that. That's why that's not my favorite, because the crowd was calmer. I mean, I could have been not as good, but like that was like they were louder for my daughter than they were for like most.
You brought her out on stage. That's awesome.
She introduced me.
Oh my god, that's so fire, bro.
She was like, I think 8 at the time.
Yeah, I'm surprised she had the guts to go out there.
I had a backup plan.
Yeah, was she comfortable, or what was the energy?
You have to check it out. It's on YouTube for sure.
Yeah, okay.
So she came out and was like, "Are you ready for Don Brown?" And then she said, "I can't hear you. Are you ready for my dad?"
Okay.
And then the crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
And then
look at her go. What's her name?
Demaya.
Okay.
Awesome, I love you. Bro. I love you, Demaya.
Okay.
Shout out to you.
She might be the next biggest podcast in the world if things go right here.
It can happen.
Nice, bro. Nice. Yeah, I mean that's a hell of a resume. Good for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
Of course, bro.
I definitely don't take it for granted. I keep going because I've seen a dip in like social like music clout, you know what I mean? There was a dip after that, and I feel like it's like starting to like rise up again.
That's awesome, bro. Got a new EP out now, Mafia Mixtape, 3 tracks, Bill's theme. Tell the people what to expect and where to find it.
So you can find it on all streaming services. You can find it on Instagram as well. You can use them for your reels. Got Buffalo Bills Anthem 2024, the original, the OG anthem, but couple different lyrics. Shouted out DJ Anthony on there.
Is it like players rotating in that you mentioned?
Yeah, so I mentioned different players, and I took out some things, and I said like instead of mentioning like John Murphy, I said like Don Brown, on your waves because DJ Anthony. I said Don Brown getting plays because DJ Anthony on the radio waves. Yeah.
So are you linked up with him?
So I sent it to him. Like, I definitely sent it to him. We're not like close, but like, like he was like he appreciates it.
Yeah. Nice, man. Nice, solid. Streaming everywhere.
Yeah. No. Then the Josh Allen. That's a brand new one, not an updated one. It's called Josh Allen. Bills Make You Wanna. It's a 2-parter. It's a beat switch on the song, so you basically get 2 anthems in one for your tailgate experience.
There you go.
They're fire, and I'm definitely gonna make a Bills music video to that.
Nice, man.
Then you got Buffalo. It's the Mafia, the 2024 version. Switch some lyrics up. Mention the Lucky Wing. Shout out to the Lucky Wing. I don't know if you ever see me with the chicken wing necklace.
I see you affiliated with them. Yep.
Yeah, so like
nice,
I shouted them out on the song and shouted out Poncho's Army. So shout out to them too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you say you and your music are to the Bills season what Mariah Carey is to Christmas?
Yo, 100%. Yeah, I feel that pressure. But other than like they just want to hear that one song from her.
Yep.
Like people,
she's living.
I
she's
know,
living off that.
I know, but like people I'll release a song like yesterday, and someone's tomorrow was like, "Yo, when the next one coming?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
They got an appetite, bro. Don Brown season in full effect. On the back of that, your own 2 cents. You know, we don't know. I'm not John Madden, you know, but what happened with the Ravens?
What happened with the Ravens? I would say they were the better team.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they were clearly the better team. Man, I don't want to harp on it too much, man. I really don't know. I don't want to criticize something and then next week eat my words. So maybe they just had a bad night.
Yeah,
they just had a bad night. I think that trick play was ridiculous. I will say that.
Yeah.
You almost got our franchise quarterback like
killed.
Yeah. So like that wasn't the smartest thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, me watching that, I felt the way about them that I haven't felt since like 2-3 years ago when they played the Chiefs. And it was like, it looked like men. Like, they just looked bigger, stronger, faster. And I remember feeling that way like 2-3 years ago. Travis Kelce had a game. And he just
opened every play.
He just went off.
Yeah, and it felt like...
And when we were tackling him, he just looked like a man amongst children. And that's how, like, their running back looked to us. Like, he was faster, bigger. Like, they're throwing our line around. And they just looked... You know, that was like Black Air Force Ravens. Like that was the energy.
Yo, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah, man. It just looked like men. But yeah, hopefully a one-off and we bounce back, of course, right? Big game with the Texans coming up.
Diggs
yeah,
week.
heck of a matchup.
Yeah, I mean,
I was really hoping to be undefeated going into it. But
me
it's
too.
what it is.
We got the same record as them, I believe.
I think so too, yeah.
We'll just see what happens. Like, I really don't want to, like, even though, like, I do have these anthems and I love the Bills, I'm, like, I don't want to be that unrealistic fan. I don't want to be that irrational fan.
Right.
So, I don't want to get too high on it. Like, we got Josh Allen. Everybody know that.
Yeah.
Like, well, everybody don't got to keep saying that. But,
yeah.
like.
I mean, he's, like, you hear people talking, like, the talking heads on sports, like, he's widely, up until that game, I don't know where he stands now, but he was widely considered the best player in the world.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking different this week. But,
sure.
But all because of one game. But, I mean, like, he could have did better too. Like,
sure.
And but I will get killed for saying that.
Yeah.
And I like it. Like,
yeah, keep it real.
Facts,
I don't think no player is ever going to leave a game and say I was perfect. I cannot do better. Right? That's a bad attitude. Right?
I mean, yeah, that's true. He won't say that.
Yeah. So how did you get started rapping? What's the origin story? I know you said 17. I think you said you started.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, where did this start? How did this start? And how'd you get where you are? Like, where did this come from?
So that was like me officially recording music.
Yep.
I mean, when I was like in like 2nd or 3rd grade. My mom wrote a little rap for me for like,
okay,
for
Mom.
like, yeah. She always say she was my first like ghostwriter.
Mom's still the pen, we think.
Yeah, only. But I went to a Russian Riata. I graduated from Russian Riata in Rochester. Mm-hmm. There was a talent show. Like the kids that like took me in as their friends, they were in it, and they were in a group. And I was like, yo, I think I can do this. Like, I know music. Like, I grew up listening to like R&B, a lot of R&B, a lot of rap, a lot of DMX, a lot of Rough Riders like Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Ludacris, love Ludacris. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I like T-Pain at the time a lot. T-Pain and Lil Wayne. And auto-tune was huge.
Yeah.
So I was a decent computer person for like just a regular, like not like IT type of guy. So I torrented everything. Dang, I can go to jail.
Yeah, right.
I go to jail for that, I guess.
Come on.
But I torrented everything, torrented the auto-tune, like torrented Mixcraft. I love like Mixcraft was like my thing.
That's crazy. I started on Mixcraft also.
That's my go-to. Like if I can get the Wave plugins on Mixcraft, I'm good. And started making tracks. I would say people was like 50-50 on it. You know, they're like, oh, like
sure,
this is dope.
Yeah, I mean,
some of the songs dope,
great,
but like,
right?
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't great, but the melodies were dope.
My
the melodies
was
were
embarrassing, bro. It's okay.
Yo, the raps were horrible.
Right.
But the melodies were there.
Yeah.
The mixes were off. I was like.
You don't get to where you are if you don't have. You know, I made X amount of tracks before this, right?
Man, I don't think I got even like me really feeling like I got good until. I mean, it's recent, really.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I feel that for sure.
Like really feeling like, oh, like my pen game is like nice.
Yeah.
Like recent, where I'm like, when you start listening to people you idolize, and you like, he being lazy, or like that's all they wrote. That's whack. Like,
yeah, man. That's a solid self-reflection to be able to do that. You got to be able to be honest with yourself. I feel like a lot of people.
Oh yeah, listening back.
Right? Yeah,
like, oh.
yeah, right. But I mean, that's you should feel like you evolved. You should feel like you get better with time, right? So yeah, I think that's all good stuff. And it's funny, man. We're so similar. Like I listen to all those same artists. Like Lil Wayne was like Jesus Christ to me when I was coming out of high school. You know,
no ceilings. No ceilings was
the mixtape run was insane.
Yeah, no ceilings was the greatest thing ever. Like, but like it was like a lot of stuff. Like if you were really a Wayne fan, I'm not saying you, but like you out there, if you were really a Wayne fan, you knew only the songs that were on LimeWire and like stuff. Like so the songs that like were like not anywhere. Like me and my drink. Like people weren't really listening. Like yo. Me and my drink was like
I had he put out a DVD called The Carter. And it was like the behind the scenes. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yo, he was like, DVD one take Timmy. I deserve an Oscar, a Grammy, and an Emmy. That was like one of the first scenes. Yo, I'm telling you.
Look at us, bro, man. Same lives.
That's a fact, bro.
Yeah. Wow, man.
We got to collab.
Yeah, man. That would be awesome to do that. But yeah, man, that DVD, I was watching that like every day at a time of my life.
That is crazy, yo.
Yeah, that was a hell of a time for hip hop.
My mom definitely bought that for me.
Carter 3 and Paper Trail in the same year. Like those are both like front to back. Incredible albums. Like, what a year that was.
Fire. I'll say Paper Trail's fire. My dad DJ'd, so he had every CD in the world.
Yeah.
I always picked a side with artists, so I was a Luda fan, and like I knew there was like a Atlanta who was on top, like who was the best in the South, even though like they didn't consider Wayne.
Yeah.
But like I was always a Luda, so like I was a T.I. hater at a point, but T.I. had the game on the chokehold.
Yeah. T.I. recently did a freestyle on Power 106, and I watch it like regularly. I like it a lot, and it's just because like the bars are nothing special, but the beat, he goes through 3 beats, and it's like
very versatile with his
It's
flows.
like a Dre and Snoop beat. He starts and he ends on a Nipsey Hussle beat. And it's just like the aura when a Nipsey Hussle beat drops, you know, because he's
like,
passed away.
You got to get in that pocket.
Yeah,
and
it's just like just like the aura around the sound of that beat, and you know him rapping on it in 2024. I like it a lot. And Luda, I remember like 8th grade basketball for me. The album that had Roll Out on it. What's that one called? Was it Back for the First Time? Is that right?
And that was his first. No,
that was Southern Hospitality. I think was on that one.
Chicken and Beer.
Maybe. But yeah, that one had like 5 singles
no,
on
Southern
it.
Hospitality was rolled out.
Yeah,
Black for the first time. Black for the first time, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm making stuff up, but like that was the one that he had the intro to one of those Maddens.
Yo.
Yeah,
Madden
yeah.
soundtracks. Oh man, it was Those used to be nice. Those are some like core high school memories, like my house sleeping, me sitting on my carpet at 2 a.m. Doing the drills to get my ratings up. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
and the soundtrack's not bad now. But they need to have my anthems on there, man.
They definitely should, man. We got to figure out how to pitch to that.
I've emailed, but
they probably. I imagine it works. I got no insight on this, but like I was playing like NHL last night because it was on the Game Pass. It was free. So I'm tired of all these other games I play every day. So I fired up NHL, and the soundtrack was so trash. Like, then I was thinking, like, it's probably just the artist or the label puts up a bag and buys that slot. Is how I imagine it works, right? Because there's no way, like you're like thinking like of the audience that plays this game. They don't want to hear the songs that are being played. I can tell you that it doesn't match. So it's like there's definitely just bags being put up for those slots. I'd imagine. Because I can't picture.
Yeah, I hate that. I was always big on organic and stuff like. Yeah. Like
it's got its time and place. If
mean,
someone wants to put a bag up on my behalf, knock yourself out
for sure.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah.
People are doing that for their streams and stuff though.
Yeah, of course.
But now they stopped that.
Yeah. I think it's definitely, as AI has become like mainstream, I think people are definitely hip to it. And you can even tell, like even me, like I can click on someone, look at it, and be like. Like the comment is like this much nice. It's like that's fugazi,
Yo, that's funny, yo. Oh my god.
But I
dude posted, I got 60,000 streams and it just dropped yesterday, and it's like, yo,
or it's got 60,000 plays and 2 likes, and it's like, yo, come on,
listeners.
yeah. So what's the long-term vision with this? Are you where like you want to be and you're content, or is it like you got a vision to scale up and keep building this thing? I guess just where you at, and where's the long term vision for this?
I mean, I think this changes a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely mentally during build season, like when I start seeing the algorithm go crazy, like I start like, oh, I need to go.
You're feeding that thing. That's why. Yeah.
Musically though, my main goal, I want to be in somebody's writing room. Like I would love to be like.
That's interesting. I've never heard anybody say that, and that's awesome.
Yo, that's when I'm 34. Like I don't really want to be on tour. Like,
right.
I mean, unless I'm like supporting the artist, but like I don't want to be on tour like that, doing all that.
Yeah.
Like my daughter's 11. Like,
yeah,
I ain't
wow.
I
love that answer.
Yeah, so like I wanna write for some of the biggest artists, and like I do know that. Like I used to record at home a lot. Now I just go to the studio. Shout out to Bridge Studios and Tony Boy. But I am gonna probably get some home stuff again. I think I'm gonna start doing reference tracks.
I was gonna say that you can build references out of it
because I like my melodic stuff where I'm really trying to sing. Like my voice ain't the same as it was even a few years ago. Sure. So like I think like some of those songs like I can just pitch out.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I'll figure it out.
That's a super dope answer, man. An interesting one with a good, true perspective on like how the business actually works.
Oh yeah, yo, I do not like. There's people out there who probably like, oh, this guy thinks he's like. I don't think I'm not famous in my eyes. Like when people look at me and be like, oh, you're Don Brown's like, yo, like I don't think that I'm gonna be like if the Bills win the Super Bowl, I do think that like
you gotta run with it for sure.
I think I'll do like
right.
I think that song will hit. Like 1 million on one platform. I think it's like total, but like I do think like I'll hit that.
Then you gotta win it. They just got if they even just get there.
Oh, if they get there. I do think that, but like man, I know it's unrealistic that I'm gonna be on like unless I get really lucky to be on like Billboard or like get signed to a big label, unless like unless I'm putting a bag up. Like I know it costs money to like and it's like. I'd rather pitch songs and like, you like this song? All right, give me some credit, give me some money on this. Like,
Damn, bro, I love this, man. I've said this on the show before, but like, one of my goals was like, I want to talk as if it's you and I, no camera. Like, give me real gems, give me real game on how this shit works. Let's share. Let's not hoard the information and keep it to ourselves. But you just I think you just dropped like a very great and unique perspective that a lot of people don't have. Like where you can see the business, where you can see where there's actually, a lane, to be had. So yeah, man, I never heard anyone say that, and it's super interesting.
I mean, like locally, of course, like a lot of people will say that I'm cocky or like very confident, but like I am aware of that, like on the big perspective. But like I know like where I am here, like not a lot of people had the opportunities or like do like a lot of the accolades I had musically, like or like stuff that goes on with me. Like I know like a lot of people try to talk a lot.
Of course.
So like y'all not doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like that. Like so.
Yeah, man. That's.
I don't. That's why I don't like the competition stuff, because it's like like there is no competition in my eyes, because like I'm going to New York City next weekend.
Yeah.
Like to perform some music for people that want to hear my music.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going out of town to like perform at bars and pay to perform at bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's an interesting perspective, man, because you are, metric wise, you are outperforming. You're in probably like the top percentile of Buffalo, but yet you have I'm sure you see it too. Like some of these kids, I say kids, it can be men too. Don't get me wrong, but so there's so much like. You got to have a certain perspective. You got to have a certain amount of delusion to you to think you're going to ever make it. Like in order to make it, you need that. But at the same time, like I just see like some of these egos, and I'm sure you've seen it too.
Yeah, I
like,
mean, yeah,
play like a local show or something.
Yeah, I mean,
like some of these people think they are Jay-Z.
But when I'm at a show like that,
yeah,
I'll ego you. Like I'll get on that stage. I'll get on the stage and start spitting though, because I have a lot of bars about people like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I start rapping those lyrics hard.
Yeah,
like
you're hilarious, bro.
And then I'll be like, nobody rapping with me. Like I do that at shows, and I know artists feel away, but it's like, yo, it's competition. Like if you want to collab, I'll still collab. Like we could eat together.
Yeah, yeah.
But like there's artists that are like don't have any metrics and like that are like, I'm charging $1,000 for a feature, and I'm like, and I'm that person that's like, you don't have $1,000 verse, and like they get mad, but like I really hate that. I really hate that
for sure,
and like that needs to stop, because I don't charge for features.
Yeah,
like I do get booked for shows, but when it comes to because you're not like really you don't get paid from streams like that. You're not really getting unless you're really popping. Like the Bill songs do well, but like my regular songs, like I'm not making money like that off of that. But like so I'm not charging you. To get on your get on your song. Like let's.
I've seen exactly what you're talking about, and it's like you said the number 1,000. So just hypothetically, someone wants 1,000. It's like you say it's $1,000 verse, but until somebody buys it, then it's not $1,000 verse. Yeah. If no one's ever bought one, then you're a $0 verse. And like you're saying, like this comes down to having been around this long enough. It's like if I give you $1,000 for a verse, this song needs to make at least $1,000 to justify that. And that's, you want to know how many songs I've ever had make $1,000? 0. So
I have one.
Yeah,
one.
That's a hell of an accomplishment.
And it's made like probably like 6 or 7 by itself.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Just one.
I've only had one that's the most earning song I've ever made, and it came from YouTube streams. What I think happened, I don't even know for sure, because they don't tell you like who used it to do it. It just tells you where it came from. So I made one week on CD Baby. I think it's a $10 threshold you got to pass to get paid. I had 1 week just unexpectedly, like a $300 some check. And I was like, where'd this come from? And I'm going through, and it's YouTube, one of my songs. So I think like somebody. That's a lot
of views.
Right. So I think somebody, because it wasn't me, because I check mine. It's like these numbers.
But it's somebody, the content ID thing.
I think somebody like made a maybe even like a talking thing, but like set it as the background or something. And
they
for
do
that
a
reason,
lot and have it zeroed out. I've seen that with my Bill song.
Yeah,
they'll play the song sometimes, but like that's dope, man.
Yeah,
you probably can see it on your YouTube Studio.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, that was the most I ever got off that. But yeah, it's like when you've been around long enough to see like how you get paid, it's like Unless it's like, don't get me wrong, like if it's someone like I look up to and really respect, and it's like I really just want to do a song, I'll put the investment in for sure, you know. But
I would say for sure. If there was somebody that was like a reasonable price, I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah,
like, I'll pay that.
Yeah, right.
But not somebody who like
not someone who's my equal, like, yeah, man. So we talked a lot about like who we grew up on and whatnot, but who are you listening to now? And don't box it into rap. Like I don't know what you listen to, but across any genre, like who are some of your favorites right now?
Right now,
yeah,
I would say I'm a Drake fan, but like aside from him, like I feel like whatever. Like, he's a legend now. Like Don Toliver, love Don Toliver.
Okay.
Big Doja Cat fan.
Yeah? I would not expect that one.
Yo, Doja Cat is a fire rapper.
Yeah.
And like musician.
Yeah.
Gosh,
man,
right now
you keep it versatile.
Yeah, I mean like
those are three like totally different artists.
Nah, yeah, I mean I've been listening to the new Sabrina Carpenter.
Yep. Of course, man. The whole world is.
My girl.
You can't get away from
that
it.
on her.
Especially if you got a daughter, you probably can't get away from it.
Yeah, she likes it all. She likes it all. My girl has that on a lot, and she chaperone.
Yep.
She cool. She's a new wave of people liking her.
I called my daughter last night, and she just they just kept saying it. I stay up late, or I'm working late because I'm a singer.
Oh my god! Yo,
probably said it 10 times over the course of our phone
tell your
call.
daughter this. You know who else walks around and says that? Me.
Yeah.
I go around and say, I'm working late because I'm a singer.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, man. She runs the world right now as far as that goes.
Yeah, I mean, but I listen to anybody. Like I grew up like listening to like Three Doors Down, like right now, like I've been listening to that one song like "There's a Murder on the Dance Floor."
Yeah,
but you better not kill the groove, DJ. I know it's an older song, but like that's been
all right.
Like that's been on my playlist. Like
yeah, man. I just keep a running play. Like I used to have. Like every month of the year, I'd have like April 2024, May 2024. Now I just have one playlist with like 100 songs on it, but I'll like rotate. Like I'll be like, all right, I'll be on shuffle. I'll be all right. Every time the song comes on, I skip it. So I just take it off here, and then I'll add like a couple new songs each month. I just got a running playlist, and it's all genres,
Yeah. I mean, Boss Man D-Lo's killing it. But I mean, that's not to say like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, like grew up listening to like, my brother was Jay-Z fan. My dad listened to like AZ, Nas growing up, Camp Low, Rough Riders. Like was when I first really started like, oh shoot, these dudes like so. Drag On, I really love Drag On.
Yeah.
Lil Flip. So Lloyd Banks, Lil Flip, Cassidy, Fabulous. Like that was what I grew up on.
Yeah.
Rap wise.
The Hunger for More album was incredible.
Man, I was stealing bars from that, Fabulous and Cassidy, mixing because back then they were in the book.
Yeah.
So I was writing them, going to school.
Crazy
and
you say that, yeah.
Went to the school like in Brockport at this time, and like out there in the burbs. So I'm out there just spitting. They're like, "Yo, Dom can rap." they don't know Cassidy and Fabulous.
I remember the track "Breathe" by Fabulous.
Yo, breathe.
Yep.
Yo,
dude, I sat at my desk in my basement, and I literally, for whatever reason, I don't know why I did this, but I wrote the whole like I kept playing it and stopping it so I could like write the bar, and I wrote the whole song for some reason.
Gotta be funny, man. It's not even funny. You can't. Oh yeah, that song's so fire.
Yeah, man. Fab's incredible. You got a favorite Buffalo rapper? Not necessarily who you think the best. Just you got a Buffalo rapper you listen to or a favorite
Buffalo rapper. I would say, I think Conway. To me, I really like his flow. I would say out of all the Buffalo albums, I really like La Machina by Conway. Yeah. But like they're all fire.
Yeah. So what I've noticed. Is like of that big three, like Gunn is the leader essentially, or viewed as that, or presents himself as that. But what I've noticed, and it's not to take away from what he does. Of course, it's dope. Otherwise, they wouldn't be where they are. Of course, it took a fucking brilliant mind to get them where they are. But I've noticed, like, despite him being the leader, everybody I talk to, myself included, and again, no disrespect, but it's like it's Benny or Conway are the favorite rappers. It's just an interesting dynamic.
And I think that like, don't get me wrong. I don't know them. Like, I don't know them. So,
right, me
like, I respect them, but like what I see, I think that like that ain't his thing either. Like,
yeah.
I'm the spitter. I'm the rapper. Like, he might is like that, but to me, it doesn't seem like he's like doing that. But when you hear Benny spitting and when you hear Conway spitting, it's like nah, like bars.
Yeah, Wes is like style,
melody. I mean, what like so I really like. I think he got a song called Fly God Jr. And like it's like a regular song, like, but like I think his son made the beat, which is fire. But I mean, like I was 100% being from Rochester. I was a Griselda hater when I first heard. Like, man, what is this, man? I heard this from like Wu-Tang. Like, I was one of those. But you get to Buffalo. I start growing up. I start getting older. Start hearing these verses and like, dang, like, all right, like they spitting. They spit out like I was hating.
Dog,
but when you really listen, they
it's some of the best rap in the world as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And I feel like we don't truly see how big they are here because
I agree.
I feel like their biggest haters are in Buffalo.
Of course they are.
So I think that like Benny the Butcher, like when somebody in like I don't know, like Scotland or something, probably like, yo, the greatest rapper of all time. But like you don't hear that sentiment from the average person.
If you're linked up with them on socials or you going through some of their YouTube stuff, you can find it.
Or go like through the Reddit. Reddit is nothing but like go through it. It's nothing but international fans.
Reddit's the new Google, baby. You want the truth. You want the truth, you go on Reddit.
Yeah, we truly don't see how big like Griselda is, but like like you expand your horizons because that's what they did.
Yeah. You nailed it, bro. You nailed it, man. And that's another just like very, very similar for me. I can literally remember I'm on like IG. It's probably like no lie, probably like close to 10 years ago at this point. But I'm on IG and Conway's got like a post. And he's like, I'm the GOAT, I'm the grimiest of all time. But he's like, I'm the illest doing this. No one can match me. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, this dude, who's this dude think he is? And I remember literally unfollowing him. Like I thought like that would make a difference or something. But yeah, like being on that hater wave. And then same as you said, man, you grow up, you mature, you start actually listening to it. It's like,
it was also, they were better than me at the time that I was rapping too. Like I'll go back, like the stuff I was rapping about was like bubblegum stuff compared to like what they and also they rapping about experiences that like I necessarily didn't have as well. Like I didn't grow up like they grew up. So so it's like I listened to, I was just hating because I listened to DMX and stuff. Like I didn't grow up like DMX.
100%,
so I think that like I when they come on the shuffle now though, I'll bump it.
Yeah, for sure. They got some. Like I said, I think
Deal or No Deal. I told you off mic. I said it's my favorite Benny song.
Yeah,
Deal or No Deal, where he said that.
I think you could put Benny and Conway up against any two rappers on earth. I genuinely feel
rapping
like that.
nowadays, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because nobody's like like somebody like Travis Scott. Like man, put me and Travis Scott in a booth and put a beat on. I'm out rapping him. But like, can I out song him? Like
right.
Can I out like can I out like affects him? Can I?
Yeah, the kid. Like as an executive producer type vibe, like crafting a song from the beat to the ambiance of what it sounds like. Yeah, right.
And it's so much more than just the spitting.
But if you like that Fiend song, for example, goes crazy.
Man, but it took probably 20 seconds.
Kid chanting that over and over. Yeah, it's like, come on.
He's like, yo, and I'm like,
right. So how do you feel about beef and rap? Like, is it something that just comes with the culture? It's kind of in a unique space where we accept it, or you think it's like nasty work and
comes with the culture?
Yeah.
I know all about it. So when I first started, how I got on the scene in Rochester is on Facebook. When it was much more easier. I was a real troll on Facebook, like telling every artist they were trash. Which like you'll catch me doing that sometimes today if I felt like they was being funny.
Yeah.
But so I was dissing people, and then the dude say Lil Wayne was trash, and I'll be like, your music trash, and I got a diss coming tonight, and I'll release it.
Yeah.
So I've gotten close with people like that. So it come with the game. I mean, like
Yeah.
it never. I've dissed people that were like opening at the same show I was opening at.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like it's different now.
So you embrace it.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, it's different today. I
Yeah.
mean, like these younger. I was 20, 21. I wasn't thinking about like. I wasn't thinking about anything more than fighting. So like today,
Yeah.
it's not really. I mean, like it's just competitive. So
Yeah.
I mean, like Drake and Kendrick. I think anything is fair game in a beef, though. I do think that.
Yeah. Some of that got awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward. I won't say I agree with. I don't agree with like Kendrick took the dub, but like I don't agree totally.
Yeah, it's a song of the year at the end of the day.
Yeah, and the song of the year is accusing a dude. And it's like, dang,
it worked. Like
it worked.
whatever.
And it's like that. I think that shows you that it thrives off beef.
There's a market for it. Yeah,
it thrives off beef. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like you seen the Schoolboy Q thing?
I seen you post about it. Yeah.
Oh, so
tell me about it.
So that was me actually just asking ChatGPT, hey, do you know anything about Don Brown and Schoolboy Q beefing? And
this was on IG, right? Because I feel like I just saw this.
No, this was on that. I posted. No, it was old though. So this happened a few maybe.
Did you just post it within the last 48 hours though?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought I seen
just
this.
Just because I posted I have a response song that I'm dropping
on Q. Okay.
So this is a perfect topic.
Yeah.
He got on an interview just like this. Funny.
Yeah.
It was like. He wasn't trying to appeal to 14-year-olds and like he didn't want no 14-year-olds saying, "Oh, that's fire" or something like that.
Sure.
But this is all off the beef because they're the whole young kids and like it just TDE was just being weird about it.
Okay.
So I tweeted, when you was 14, you was definitely listening to rappers your age. You just mad 14-year-olds don't want to listen to your music no more or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was at the Bills training camp. And I looked at my phone and he tweeted me 3 times. Like,
bro,
he shared the same post 3 times. He said, shaking my head, watch this next post. And then the next post he said, this is trash. And he posted me singing on the news.
Yeah.
It was me singing on Daytime Buffalo, which was publicity.
Right.
Which got 1 million views.
Okay.
Like, and then he posted a third one, said, I just let my homies listen to this and we all laughing.
Well, you're sitting there playing it across the country, right?
Yeah, and then a blog posted the whole context because they could easily get screwed. People were in my DMs and my mentions talking about my daughter. Talking about come on. Yo, I get under celebrity skin.
Yeah.
Ice Cube came at me.
Bro, what?
Schoolboy Q. A couple other somebody else I won't name. They're all from, like yo. I honestly, and I didn't troll really. I just tweeted at him.
Yeah.
And like, but a blog post picked it up, like, and then it just got big. So I have a response track. Like,
how long ago was that?
This was this year, like a month and a half ago.
Oh my god, I thought it was like years.
No, it's like a month and a half ago.
New.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the third rapper to come at me. Royce the 5'9" did some years back.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, because I told him not to rap on a Take Keith beat, and he said like go finger your mom. And then I didn't have
just
music.
giving him an opinion, bro. You didn't say nothing
and like it's always me. I think when they go to my page, they see I make music. I'm an easy target, but
sure.
Like Schoolboy Q was tweeting like other people was tweeting him about it. He was like, "Oh, like I'm gonna play a dude's song at my show," because it was a song. It was like a pop rap song.
Yeah, please do. What are you talking about?
But like all in all, like beef and rap is cool.
Yeah,
like. It don't need to get no more than that, but if it's get more than that means you can't rap. If you want to fight me over bars, over music, that means you're trash at rap. That means you can't do it in the lyrics.
Has anyone ever dissed you on a record?
Yeah, I used to go back and forth with people all the time.
Yeah. How do you respond to that? Is it just make another record?
Oh, yeah. I used to directly like nowadays when I'm going to the stew, I'm not paying studio time to like to go back and forth with somebody. Else? Yeah. No, not at all. So yeah, I'll go back and forth, but I mean, honestly, a rapper was in my inbox today upset that I posted the Schoolboy Q thing.
So like,
and then said like basically let's settle this on the track. And I said, dude, I just responded like you don't have any traction. Like it's just like you just really wanted this. Yeah. So you would be surprised. I get that stuff like that happens often.
Yeah, I believe you, man. How do you? So it sounds like because social media can fuck people up. It sounds like it doesn't get you don't let it get under your skin. Is that like how you deal with it?
I used to.
Yeah.
Now it's like I'll troll back, but like I don't know, man. Everybody will say that know me probably say like I'm a master at getting under people's skin. So
yeah.
Like
you kind of like 6'9", but with a pen. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's kind of the vibe.
And not a snitch though.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Yeah. We can note that.
Yeah, but like, I mean, people talk about my daughter, man. Once I start seeing that, and like, I'm just like, I can laugh it off. I can laugh stuff off now. Like,
sure.
Because I realize that like,
no, this is
everybody got a different perception of whatever they see anyway. So half people don't care. Mm-hmm. So it's let it be.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, that's solid. So you used to work in the education space. Yeah. What was your role there?
So like working behavioral. Okay. Like I'm getting my master's right now.
Okay.
In creativity and change leadership, and the minors in creativity, innovation, and education. So I do plan to be administrator in the school.
Wow, man, that's awesome.
Step back for a second though, because about to focus on music a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was much more than that. But
what's being said, like what's the relationship between a potential employer, potential students, even their parents might listen to your music. So I guess like what's the dynamic or the comparison with the lyrics you write and a potential audience that could hear it? Does that have an effect on the pen, I guess is the question.
So I would say it has changed my pen a little bit. If you listen to my album No Genre that dropped in 2019, I would say that like I'm not crazy provocative or nothing. But like, I was cursing. I probably was talking about like women a lot, partying a lot, like drinking, like, but like probably cursed a lot more in that than I didn't start working at schools until after the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it definitely changed me cursing. Like I used to try not to say the N word, but like man, I grew up saying it. Like I just it's natural, but like try not to really curse as much. Try not to talk about say B, like call women B words.
Sure.
Like because students like they listen to the music.
Yeah, right. I was just gonna say, does this automatically now when people catch on, does it automatically make you the cool teacher at school, right?
I mean, or the trash rapper. Like middle school is our hard show. They'd be like, Mr. Brown, you trash. Like, and like,
love the honesty,
like, and
bro.
I mean, like, stuff like that helps me like with the online trolls too. It's like, I got real life students who love me, who tell me my music are trash. So like, I don't like, but like, they for the most part, like. You got an unmatched honesty to you. I like it, bro. I think this is probably like because I'm not at the school right now. Right. I feel like also being it can probably constrain like your creativity a little bit.
Sure.
Like being able to spit what you want to spit about, being able to talk about on the pod what you want to talk about.
I feel like I made when people would talk shit to me, I feel like I made some of the best music of my life in response to that.
That gets me motivated crazy.
Yeah,
so like even like a new situation, like if I'm not at this certain place no more, like the next song that's coming after that, like hopefully that last person did. Hopefully the last boss don't hear it.
So what about being a dad? How has that changed or evolved your music? And further on like a deeper note, how's it just changed you as a person, as a man?
So probably in the same way like students, like talking about like chilling with girls and stuff in my music a lot, like that's like no, because like she's listening and like no, you're at home. Does she
play through your tracks?
Yeah, she like, and I don't really hold back like she know better. Like she hears my cursing and stuff in the music, but like I don't go too crazy. Like she probably knows most of my music. She tells me when she doesn't like a song. She likes to be involved because she is on one of my albums.
Yeah, awesome.
And she's in my latest music video. Mm-hmm. So like she really likes to be involved. Being a dad.
Something for you guys to do.
Yeah, just being a dad is amazing though. Like she basically, taught me everything I know, like with life, like being able to grow, like taught me everything about like maturing for truly maturing, like for somebody that you impact, like everything everything that you do, they see.
I don't think, especially a girl, and not to take away from anyone like having a son, but Like a man having a daughter, I don't know that there's any greater catalyst to level up your life than that, right?
Yo, I swear, I was a tough guy before. I ain't no tough guy, man. I'm a girl dad.
You're right.
Like I'm a girl dad, man. Like it's like until you. I mean, if you know, you know. Like that's how it is. Like the love between like daughter and dad.
Right, man. Yeah, I feel you. I seen you recently traveled to Athens, Greece.
Yes.
How recent is that? Like a few
weeks?
For
a wedding, a week and a half
For
ago.
a wedding, that's a hell of an ask. Can you come to Athens?
It was great. It was a great wedding.
It's spicy, bro. Some exotic travel.
Yes. It's good for the first time in Europe.
Good for the soul, good for the mind, but hell of a flight, huh? To get over there.
The worst flight of my life.
How this like double-digit hours?
10.
Yeah, that's crazy.
10 there.
And we're big, man. Like to be in a plane for that long.
Yo, and I was in I thought the aisle seat was gonna be great, but like when you big,
right.
Like if the flight attendant ain't the smallest lady, she bumping into your leg.
Yeah, right.
And like they wasn't like the smallest ladies on this flight.
Yeah, I noticed like with travel, like it really refreshes or like gives you like a new outlook. So, what would you say like what was like some takeaways, I guess, from being that far away from home and like did it just change your mindset or just give you a new outlook? What would you say came from that?
I would say, I mean, the unique part about being in Athens, Greece is the Acropolis. So
yeah, of course.
So seeing like, where like, I mean, like I guess like democracy formed or like
wow.
Yeah, like
wow.
that was cool.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if that's a true fact, but like I'm sure
good.
like a lot of what happens in civilization today, like
you don't know what's fact and what's
not.
That
right? Stuff fact. That's the truth. Yeah. That's the truth. But like, the Parthenon, some of the Parthenon was still there. Like, like the Athenon, I think, where Athena. Like it was just cool to be there, man.
Right, of course, man. Yeah, you're talking about the planes, man. I dealt with the same stuff. Last time I was on a plane, I had like, of course, this happened to me. I had like the biggest dude on the whole plane, like weight-wise, not height-wise, just fully reclined. Like I could have pet this dude's hair, like bro. And no one else on the whole flight was even like reclined like all the way back. It's just like a common courtesy, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yo. Speaking of that, so is that a common courtesy?
I mean,
no, because I won't do it. I won't do it.
I don't go like, all the way back. Now,
someone did it. Someone did it to my girl, and she gave me a look, and like. Bro's
like, head was where the mic is, and I'm like sitting like, yo, what is this?
So I'm Mr. Devil's Advocate. So in my head, I'm like
it's just right, I guess.
This
but,
is, what is it for? Like, what is it for? But like, I like courtesy. It should be a common courtesy. Yeah. But like, if you want to lay back, man, you really shouldn't say nothing. But like,
like he's entitled to it.
Yeah, kids.
Yeah,
that and the kids whining.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man. I went to Los Cabos, Mexico, back in April. So this is like West Coast, Gulf of California, Mexico, not like Deep South Mexico. But flight sucked all day, one day to get there because I was 3 planes. One day, all day to get back. Food poisoning on the way back. But the experience, like the other culture, other countries. That's my first time outside of like Canada and USA.
Yeah.
But just eye opening, right? Because like it just hits you like not at home anymore. Like you only see what you see for so much time, just to see like a totally different world, totally different people. It's just eye opening, I guess. Like, and there's not a lot of people experiencing that. Like, not a lot of people can travel like that.
Yeah, Mexico was my first place out, and that was this year too.
Yeah,
I went to Cancun in January, and
I
would say,
man.
I mean. That was the time of my life. Like,
I
want to go back. Like I do before I want to go anywhere else. I need to go back to Cancun.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, travel the world, man. Like waking up, like I mean, like I did all inclusive. Yep. Like some people do Airbnbs. I don't know what's better, but like waking up, hearing the ocean, like hearing that, like like
it's crazy,
talk about therapy, like that was like nature therapy right there for sure.
Yeah. So most people that come through here. Every single person that's been on my pod anyway, first timers to the studio, not you. You've been here before. Might even consider yourself a seasoned vet. What's the other show you've been on here, and what's the premise of that show?
Yak. So Yards After Catch podcast and sports.
Got you. Football specifically.
Yes.
You make sense to be on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make sense.
I'm not the biggest sports expert.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, love the Bills. Like. know a little bit.
Yeah.
Play Madden a little bit.
Yeah, speak from a place if I live here and talk about them. Yeah. On your YouTube, I seen you in a LeBron Lakers jersey. Is that your GOAT? Is that the GOAT?
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Okay.
no, like I don't think it's like I don't even think anybody's close.
Wow. Okay, you're solidified in that answer. I went through a window like where I refused to accept it. I think I might be there with you now.
I'm just like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, man, Michael Jordan's like, yo, like, come on, grew up, Jordan's Jordan. Like,
yeah.
But, like, I don't know, man. Like,
I think the size difference, like, if you're building it for, not only the size, but like, sure, Jordan won, but LeBron's played like so long, and he's like this far from still being prime LeBron.
Yeah. That's the thing, like the longevity, like like circumstances of like I don't know, man. But I feel like the Michael Jordan fans that say he's the GOAT, like their reasons are contradicting a lot.
I think I think nostalgia plays a huge part in it. I think it's like,
I mean, he was head over heels better than everybody.
Right.
You know? Like naturally, just flawlessly.
Mm-hmm. But
LeBron has a bunch of different Jordans.
The size and the way he plays the game, I think for that reason, like I never, I think really this is new this year. Like I always had him at like the 2, and I would even sometimes say like I prefer Kobe or but yeah, I mean I think
I never understood that.
Well, I just look at 5 rings.
My mom's see that's what I'm saying. I don't put a stock in the rings.
Yeah.
But my mom's a huge Kobe fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a huge Kobe fan too. I read the Mamba Mentality book.
That was that LeBron jersey was the snakeskin Mamba jersey too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire. Nice, man. You follow the NBA?
Yeah, probably more than football.
Right,
like,
same. Who's your favorite to win this year if you had one?
I just been a fan too, because I'm a Carmelo Anthony fan.
Okay, yeah.
My favorite to win. Who won last year? Dallas?
Boston.
Oh, Boston?
Yeah. Boston and Dallas finals. Boston
I don't think
wins.
Boston's going back.
Dallas picks up Clay.
I think the Warriors find a way.
Yeah?
I think they find.
Okay.
I think Steph Curry. Goes
Steph
crazy.
on Team USA was.
I think he goes crazy.
He was crazy on Team USA this summer. That was some of the most entertaining basketball I ever seen. That last game. Oh my God, man.
I think that there should be an argument made about him being a GOAT.
Yeah. Definitely changed the game.
Well, I would say not like
changed the way the game changed the way the game is played. For sure. Probably, right.
But the
there.
accolades, everybody he passes the eye test more than anybody else.
You think you ever see LeBron and stuff on the same team?
I think they wanted that last year.
I would love to see that.
Last year.
I would love to see that. Probably more than any combo in the league. I'd love to see that.
I think it happened, but they both getting old. Steph would have to go to the Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be awesome. And I think they both have a style that they have longevity. Like Steph pulling threes. Like your athleticism dwindling with age, it doesn't affect the 3-ball.
No.
Might get a little less high on the...
Motion, that's muscle memory. For
and same thing with LeBron. Like his game, like a big distributor.
All he does is just drive.
He's still going to have that size, So, yeah, I'd love to see that.
I mean, you can see it in his defense a little bit.
Sure.
He takes plays off on offense sometimes.
Yeah. You think his son's going to be any good?
I think it's going to take some time, but I think he's going to be good. I mean, nothing like his dad, but I think he was going to be a successful NBA player.
Yeah, I hope so. It's really cool to see.
Somebody like a Reggie Jackson.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to see
Which is not a bad NBA player.
No, not at all, man. Yeah, just to be in the NBA in and of itself is nuts. You play 2K?
I have not played this year. I have Madden in college football.
Yeah.
But
I didn't like college football. I play Madden pretty much daily.
I love both.
Yeah?
Oh, what system?
Xbox.
I mean, we can play though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the PS5.
I would prefer the PS5. It was just out of my price range. If I could pick one, I would pick the PlayStation.
I had it day one.
Yeah.
Nice, my PS5 is so
bro,
old
they wanted
a controller.
They wanted a few car notes to pick up the PlayStation. It's like I'm all set, bro.
Yo, one of the controllers completely died already.
Yep. Same with my Xbox.
Really?
Two of my 3.
That's crazy. I'm yo, what?
Yeah,
they gave me like $15.
It's funny because the controller that's working is from The last older, gen Xbox, the two that broke are the new ones.
They were
getting cheaper and cheaper.
Xbox controllers were invincible. The regular black ones. Those things
still break. You do any coaching at the when you were in the schools?
Nah, no coaching. I honestly like dealing with like behaviors and the parents with that. Like dealing with parents and coaching, I know it'd be another level.
Yeah,
I know how my dad was.
Yeah,
my dad.
How much of dealing with children's behavior like intertwines you with interacting with the parents? Because it's probably a trickle down most times, right?
I'm interacting with, like, if you have me at your school, like your kid acting up, the parents being contacted. Like there's people who are scared to contact the parents because they don't like a little hostility, and it's like most of the teachers don't come from the same background.
Yep.
So if the parents coming up, they're hostile. They're like, oh my god, like they're gonna beat me up. But it's like, nah, like I'll go and talk to them. So like, I think talking to the parents is like honestly my main thing.
Your
like,
go-to?
Yeah, go-to, because like that's where you'll see if there'll be any change.
Yeah.
Depending on how that
if
goes.
they care even.
And that's if you contact that parent again. Like
yeah.
Now I have to do some of my own little mentor with mentoring because he's not getting it at home.
I see. That's interesting. Yeah. Cool, man. Couple more talking points for you here, and I'll get you out of here. But
no rush,
you sound like
I love it.
Right on, brother. I could tell you understand the game of basketball a little bit, so I want to tell you this story, bro. So basketball is my game. Like that's what I loved. I played D3 basketball at one point, right? Villa Maria College. Listen to this, bro. First year they ever got a basketball team, all right? So the inaugural season. And in order to get accepted into the NCAA, so they're not NCAA competitive yet, you have to do a season, put the local teams on your calendar, play through a season, show us you have a team, show us, you can book a calendar out, and then you get accepted into NCAA. So first year, inaugural year, I'm there. I'm like, I definitely want to be a part of this.
You about to play against NCAA teams.
Because if nothing else, I can just tell people I play D3 ball, So not enough players tried out to make cuts, so everybody made it, right? The coach had zero basketball lifetime experience, right? Zero. This is the head coach, just a student, volunteer, kid, same age as us.
What?
And the coach announces that we're deterred. He didn't want to pick like starters, so he announces we're shooting free throws to see who the starters are, right? So, bro, so say for example, right? Like you typically 15-man roster, 3 at each spot, right? So say there's 3 centers. 3 guys shooting 10 free throws. Whoever makes the most free throws is the starter, is how this went, right? So just like to put this in perspective, this logic, like Shaq couldn't shoot free throws, right? So if like Shaq was on our team and made 5 free throws and someone else made 6, he ain't starting, bro. So just one of the wildest things ever, bro. And so, I just think back on that sometimes and like, how did the school not get involved there and be like, that is super wild.
They got in though.
Yeah. They're an organized team now. Yeah. But I remember we played like ECC and they had like, I'm like one of the biggest guys on Villa. Like I was the center. I'm like a point guard in comparison to the league. And they had like a 6'10" center. And it's like, what are we doing? It was like they beat us by like 50, had the backups in by second quarter. Like, this is embarrassing. But but further, man, private school, named their team the Vikings, not the worst team name, but probably, private Catholic school, Viking, probably doesn't match. Might want to dabble into history books a little further. Yeah. But yeah, just a lot of weird decisions being made. A lot of weird decisions. You being in the schools, like locally, you might have been at a school that has this name. But the worst branding I've seen, like we got to talk about this, is something I don't understand. Stretches across all sports, all ages. Why the Devils? Or why the Blue Devils? I never understood this.
I was a Blue Devil before.
Yeah, okay, so like New Jersey, straight up, the New Jersey Devils. Like Duke, for example, the Blue Devils. Why is it that? Any feedback there?
Yeah, I never thought about that. That because like everything else is widely Like, like they're like, oh, change this team name, but like
right.
you're supposed to be one nation
can't
under
be a,
God.
You can't be a Redskin, for example, but you could be a devil.
And they sing the national anthem.
Yeah. So am I being a Karen, or is that like actually madness? Like I think it is.
You went to Catholic school, you said?
I mean, Villa was Catholic, and up until 4th grade, I went to a Catholic school.
Then no, you're not being ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand why nobody asks why. Like I've never heard anybody else like propose this question.
We're gonna start that campaign.
Yeah,
might.
I don't think that's my lane, but like I've always thought that, but like really,
I've never thought.
What really brought it front and center for me? I live in East Aurora. They're the East Aurora Blue Devils. And it's like it's on, like I'll go and run at the track, and it's like on their jumbo, it's like on their scoreboard, and all the logos on the field.
Worshiping the Blue Devils every day.
Right. And first or second day of school this year, we get a picture, and they have their mascot parading around classroom to classroom, taking pictures with the kids. What do you think the mascot was?
A devil.
A 6 foot tall freaking Lucifer knocking on the door, taking pictures with the kids. And it's just like, you could see the kids are like genuinely confused. Yeah. Like, do I hug this? Like, what is this? But yeah, I mean, I'm not
hug this.
Yeah, right, bro. I'm not the type to be at the school board meeting, but if I was, like, I got no problem with the school, the education, but just like, why? Of all things in the world, why the Prince of Darkness is your logo for your children athletics? Just never understood it. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm gonna get you out of here. Anything left on your mind you want to plug? Any famous last words? Anything you got to get off your chest right now?
I would say follow me on social media. Instagram is Dom Faded.
Yeah, it is.
Twitter or X is Dom Brown, I think, with 3 underscores. And then Dom Brown on Facebook. You find me on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music. People always listen there, I guess.
Yeah.
Catch me at your any tailgate. If you want me to perform at your tailgate, all you got to do is hit me up, and we can make that happen.
Love it.
Just look out for more shows that's coming and more music that's coming. I got an album I'm dropping, non-Bills. But I also got probably more Bills stuff coming. They just got to keep winning.
Fire it up, bro. Yeah. Just the market's there, man. All right, then. This has been the Great Disruptor Podcast. He's Dom Brown, a.k.a. Tonight's Great Disruptor. Also, the first person to be here on a weekday. Typically we're a weekend show. We did a weekday. Primetime Dom slot.
During football.
Nice, bro. I'm Paul Athoe, your host. Thank you for rocking with us. Please subscribe to the channel. Peace. Boom, bro.